All right, welcome to another Hickory Hacker course vlog. This week, I'm at Country Club of Greenfield in Greenfield, Massachusetts, where I'm playing in the 2021 Alexander Findlay, Massachusetts Hickory Open. This was my first event of the season, and fun course, fun playing partners. Country Club of Greenfield is celebrating its 125th anniversary this year, and the front nine was designed in 1901 by Alexander Findlay. I'm using my primary hickory set for this round, which include 2 Louisville Golf replica woods, 5 authentic irons, and my trusty Tom Stewart RTJ putter. And my ball is a custom Wilson Staff zip with an antique mesh pattern. Here's the scorecard for the front nine. Yardages were adjusted to accommodate hickory clubs. We played this at about 5,400 yards. And it starts off with a par 4, 355 yards. And here are my playing partners for this round. Jim Pucci, who started things off with one right down the pipe. Dick Walden, who followed suit. Alan Johnson, who likewise found the middle of the fairway. And then there's me, who always has to do things a little bit different. I figured there were too many balls in the middle of the fairway, and the right side was feeling a little lonely, so I ended up putting this one way right, which ended up being on the 18th, near the 18th tee. Fortunately, I had some flat ground here and a decent lie, despite no grass. It was a good shot, just found the middle of that tree, ricocheted off to the right. So, not the way you want to start a tournament, but this is par for the course for me most of the time. That was a pretty good shot right there with the mashie. Got it over those trees and gave myself a clear look at the green finally. So I mentioned Alexander Findlay designed the front nine here in 1901. Findlay's considered by some to be the father of American golf and was kind of a Johnny Appleseed of sorts, designing several courses in the Northeast and in the Midwest. And in fact, he's credited with designing one of the first courses in America back in the mid-1880s in Nebraska. Would have been nicer to get that putt a little closer, but this gave me a chance to lag 2 putts just to kind of get used to the speed of the greens, which ended up helping me out later on. Pretty normal first hole for me in a tournament. I'm a little nervous, trying to get used to the course, and easy to miss some short putts early. But getting some practice, and hopefully it pays off later. So number 2 is a par 3, 144 yards. Got the 2 bunkers on either side, kind of protecting it there. And a little bit of a visual trick here with the trees on the left. You actually have more room over there, as I was about to find out. So I ended up pulling that tee shot. I thought I was in trouble, but when I got up there, I found out that there was plenty of room, and I actually had a clear look at the green too. So things are looking up. All I got to do is chip this up on the green, and just came a little short. So I'm hoping to right the ship here. It's always nice to drain a long putt early. Really sets the tone for the putter. So I said a little prayer, and the golf gods answered. That felt really good after the quad on 1. So that takes us to number 3, par 4, 337 yards. Pretty much a straight shot all the way to the green, but there's a hazard in front of the green that I'll show you in a moment. Game plan here is just to hit it straight between those 2 evergreens, and that's exactly what I did. I was real happy with that swing. If you've been watching my course vlogs, you've seen me have some inconsistent shots with this club. This is the Dysart Spalding jigger. Fortunately, this was one of the 1 out of 10 shots that worked for me, and I got it right up on the green from about 155 yards out. Here's the trouble in front of the green. Alan found himself down in that grassy bunker, and was fortunately able to get himself out of that all right. And here's a long birdie attempt for me, a rare birdie attempt. And those 2 lag putts on the first hole ended up helping me out here. I got it pretty close. I was real happy with that putt. And this is for back-to-back pars. And I'm thinking about changing my name. That takes us to number 4, par 4, 257 yards. It's a short one and drivable even with hickory clubs. Alan shows the way here with a nice drive up the middle. A bit of a blind tee shot here. I was trying to follow the same line as Alan, but ended up pushing this a little right. Still, there's plenty of fairway up there, so I was okay. This is a bit of a baked out area off the right side of the fairway, and that wasn't quite what I was trying to do. But because the ground was pretty firm over here, the ball traveled pretty well. Left me with this short chip with the mashie, and I just didn't execute that well at all. So, wasted shot there. Leaves me with a long putt here for par. Didn't read that well. This is where the short game kind of fell apart on me on this hole. And that was a wily putt there. I did not see that break to the left. So disappointing hole after that drive. So number 5 is a par 3, 130 yards. This one is a little tricky. There's an elevation change between tee and green that tricks the eye, because I thought I had the right club here and I hit this pretty well. This is my mashie, and ended up coming just short, and this happened to a couple others in our group as well. So chipping up from below the green here using the Croydon waffle face spade mashie, which is a new addition to my primary set. I first used this club in my band club and patent club round at East Hartford, which you can watch. And since this round, it's become my go-to out of the sand. So not too disappointed with the bogey there. Number 6 is a par 5, 565 yards. You really want to start this one on the right foot, which means you don't want to go left. Like that. I'm good for one of those every round for some reason. I think I get too comfortable. I had a real nice tee shot a couple holes ago, and for some reason just got too comfortable there. Fortunately, I was able to chip out of that and just on the outside of that tree to get myself right in the middle of the fairway. So I'm sitting pretty good here, using the Louisville Golf Jack White spoon. That was pretty good contact. This club's been inconsistent for me too lately. I have a tendency to push it right like I did here, but at least I got solid contact. But this gave me a little bit of tree trouble, and I'm trying to use the jigger here to just hit a low runner that I was hoping would get up to the green, but it came up short. And you can't quite see it in this shot, but in the next shot you'll see pretty much a swale in the middle of the green here. I end up navigating past that and over the back, but here you can see that swale. And that can make for a tricky putt if you're on the right side. A couple of us in the group were over there. Fortunately, I was able to get up and down okay. So now number 7 is another short par 4. Blind tee shot, and Jim had the right idea here using an iron off the tee. Hit that right where you needed to give himself a good approach to the green. And I'm stubborn. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong on the last hole with the Brassie. So I go ahead and do it again. This time I got a members bounce out of the tree, which was lucky and got me back into the middle of the fairway. But I'm getting close to being on tilt here with the Brassie. So now I'm using the mashie, and I'm further out than you want to be because you can get a better look at the green if you get a good tee shot. But fortunately, I hit this one really well and took the slope toward the green. Everybody thought that one might have made it on, but I was satisfied being just short like this. I can handle these chips. Just gave that one a little too much, though, and it took the slope that's on the back of the green. So, giving myself a little bit of trouble here on this hole. The putt wasn't too bad going back up the slope. Alan had a nice mid-range putt here. Get the momentum going in the right direction for him. That inspired me to try to drain my putt. Which I did. So number 8's a par 4, 357 yards that starts downhill and winds its way up toward the green, which doglegs a little bit on the approach. Alan had a real nice tee shot here to start things off. And I'm still sticking with the Brassie. I know I got to figure it out because I got a long round ahead of me where I need to use it. And fortunately, I got the tempo back on that swing. It left me with this approach where I'm trying to use the Tom Stewart Auto Hack Barth 2-iron and just put a terrible swing on that. I could blame the lie, uneven stance there, but it was really the swing. It was a bad swing. Fortunately, I got a good swing with the mashie here. Thought I was going to get it up on the green and get lucky, but ended up coming just short. Getting a lot of practice with this off the green chip with the mashie. Just kind of a bump and run. And this one settled pretty well. This is a makeable putt for me if I read the putt right. And I didn't. I feel like I'd be better on these greens second go around. So wrapping up the front 9 with a par 4, 290 yards. This is another short par 4, but there's a creek that runs in front of the green, so really forces you to lay up, especially with the hickory clubs. You want to stay away from the right side. That's where a brook is. And I thought this one was going to be okay, but it just kept going right and ended up bouncing into the brook.
Lost that one. It's a lateral. I can take a drop.
So here's my third shot. It's pretty good contact right there with the mashie. Didn't really have an angle on the green, so I had to kind of aim in front of the green, but that ended up going a little further left than I wanted because then I had to navigate this bunker, my least favorite shot in golf, the pitch over the bunker, which usually goes into the bunker. So everything's kind of unraveling here for me on the last hole of the front 9. Still haven't figured out how to get it out of the sand at this point. And just so you're aware, these videos that you're watching are about a month and a half behind my real-time playing, and I have gotten better out of the sand. It's just going to take a little while for those videos to show up on YouTube. So, still struggling here. Someone who wasn't struggling was Jim. He had a birdie attempt here after a nice drive and a nice approach.
Great putt. What a great putt. All right, the switch is flipped. You've been doing that all day long.
He was having a rough time with the putter on the front, but that one made him feel pretty good, rightly so. Meanwhile, I'm trying to escape with my dignity here. From birdie to triple bogey attempt. That's where I'm sitting right now, trying to get this in for a 7. And it wasn't to be. Bad read, didn't see the slope there. I'll blame it on the first time playing the course. But I guess it's appropriate that I finished the 9th hole on the front 9 with a 9. Well, I hope there's some whiskey waiting for me at the 10th tee because I could really use a drink. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next week for the back 9. And in the meantime, check out my course vlog at Eagle Springs Golf Club in Eagle, Wisconsin. Really fun and quirky 9-holer. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out my video on measuring loft and swing weight without a gauge or scale. It's a really interesting DIY method that works, and I hope you'll find it useful too. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe.